Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I hope you're amazing. Previously, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Intan Putri Ayuni with student ID 20030500001. And I'm one of student at Maritim Raja Ali Haji University. This is an academic speaking midterm test with lecturer is Sir Muhammad Chandra. Alright, the topic of my presentation is an analysis of language functions in speaking for academic purpose course context by Sebastianus Mengo, Made Budiarsa, and Imade Swastra, and the last Ninyoman Padmadewi. Alright, the focus of my presentation is on the types of language functions used in the speaking for academic purpose course. Alright everyone, I've divided my presentation into 5 main parts. Here's the outline of my presentation. First, I will start with the introduction. Second, I will describe with the theoretical framework. Third, next, I will discuss about research method. And then this will be followed by result and discussion. And the last, I will give a novelties and conclusion. My presentation should only last for 15 minutes. If you have any questions, please feel free to interrupt me. Okay, first of all, I would like to look at introduction of this research. Alright, let's look at this slide. Become a competent English speaker is the prime orientation of many English as a foreign or second language learners. According to Mango 2018, strongly English speaking ability supports communication skills achievement. Knowledge of language function enables an English speaker to be actively involved in the real communication. Previous researches about language function have been integrated in daily life, including in the speaking courses Lestari, Swastra, Pastika, and Sedeng 2017, Tribus 17. Although previously researchers present convincing evidence that knowledge of language function must be provided by speaking practitioners in order to cope better towards learner communicative competence. Promote learners' learning outcomes, stimulate learners' interest, and raise their attention on the application of language functions in producing the utterance. Aziziford and Jalali 2012. The concept of language functions in the speaking for academic purpose course has not been strongly supported by recent language functions in the speaking course researchers' findings. While the assumption the concept of language functions in the speaking academic purpose is an essential factor for learners' success in the communication achievement. Two studies have provided evidence that concept of language function in the speaking course is vitally important for success in the communication skill domain. Lestari 2017. Right. The first research problem. Reference to the aforementioned, the researchers formulated the research question as follows. What are the types of language function used in the speaking for academic purpose course? And the second, research objective. Based on the research problem above, the researchers attempted to identify and analyze the types of language function and how they are used in the speaking for academic purpose course. Alright, now theoretical framework. I have a slide to show you. Wait, alright. Speaking for academic purpose course. The Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education of the Republic Indonesia has legalized Indonesian qualification frameworks which aim to manage Indonesian qualification standards for higher education throughout Indonesia. This research merely focused on the speaking for academic purposes. Learners unaware of the importance of talk of learning may think to talk as just usual chat and learning falls away as they slip into social talk. Tarigan 2015 A16 defines speaking skill as an ability to verbalize, articulation sounds, or words to express, convey thought, notion, and feeling in achieving the learning outcome of speaking for academic purposes course. A speaker should understand micro and macro scales of speaking itself. Brown 2004 142 until alright, and moreover the macro skills in speaking are: the first, speaker is able to use appropriate styles; second, be able to convey the links and connections; third, be able to use facial features, kinesthetic, body language, and other nonverbal cues; and fourth, be able to develop and use the battery of the speaking strategies. Alright everyone, next, language function. The achievement of speaking skill ability as stated is needed to provide by understanding of language function. Jacobson further affirmed that there is interdependency among functions in producing the utterance. Language functions in this research refer to language functions proposed by Leach, namely the first informational functions, which is used for conveying information, and the second expressive function, which is used for expressing feelings of speaker; the third directly function, which is used for getting interlocutor does something for a speaker; the fourth aesthetic function, which is used for describing the language itself, example in the poems; and five pathetic function, which is used for maintaining the interaction between participants. Alright everyone, let's move on to the research method. Is that clear for everyone? Alright. The design of this study was descriptive qualitative. The population of the research was 66 students from two classes who enrolled in Speaking for Academic Purpose course at the English Department of Universitas Katolik Indonesia Santo Paulus Ruteng, Flores. A total of 33 students at this college were selected as sample by using purposive technique. The data were collected through observation, field note, and recording. The recording was done during respondents practicing the English speaking exercise at the Speaking for Academic Purpose course. This data collection was taken during 8 meetings from October until December 2018, and only language function utterances of those respondents were analyzed. Researchers, observers note and recorded preciously the variety of utterances produced by respondents. The data obtained categorized according to the language function. Alright everyone, the next point I would like to make is a result and discussion. Alright, can everyone see this? Alright, as a result, student oral conversations during 8 meetings from October until December 2018 in the Speaking Academic Purpose course were used as source of data used by the researchers in analyzing the language functions. There were 5 types of language functions found in the Speaking for Academic Purposes manuscript, namely the first interactive function, the second informative function, third manipulative function, fourth motivated function, and the fifth and directive functions. Alright, I will explain one by one the types I have explained before. For the first interactive function. The aim of this function is the interrelation between participants. The data below were taken from the first and second speaking exercise about religion, tolerance, and teenagers' lifestyle topics, which uttered by 5 participants. The second, informative function. Informative function aims to share information which implemented in explaining function and expressing function forms. Expressing function refers to conveying the intention or speaker's wish, which generally implemented in the declarative form. Third, manipulative function. This function refers to the explaining function that the speaker is asked to be able to manipulate his or her language in adequacy. Fourth, motivate function. Motivate function is frequently used by participants in a number of speaking exercises at the Speaking for Academic Purpose course. Alright, and the last, fifth, directive function. Directive function is frequently used by participants in their language speaking exercise. Alright, the last point are novelties and conclusion. I have a slide to show you. Is that clear for everyone? Novelties. After analyzing the conversation done by participants, the researchers found a new two types of language functions, namely manipulative and motivate. These functions have a vital role in the achievement of participants' functional communication. These two functions are also cannot be separated from other types of language functions, such as interactive, informative, directly, and so forth. The understanding of language functions enables speakers to have functional communication and cope better with the communication problems they encounter in their life. That concludes of my presentation. The prime function of language in everyday context is concerned broadly with the social life. There is interdependency between function of language and human's life. Human is enabled to convey the information to each other or request services of some kind in variety of situations. There are 5 types of language functions used in the summary of exercises at the speaking academic course, such as interactive function, informative, manipulative, motivative, and directive function. Those functions are interdependent in supporting functional communication based on the situation needed. Speaking instructors are suggested to provide concept of language functions in their English speaking process. Alright everyone, that's all I have to say about an analysis of language functions in speaking for academic purpose course context. And do you have any questions? Alright, if no, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you for your attention, everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.